It's another spoken word by your boy Alexander. I dreamed I was running, not through memory, but through mud, through fields that still whisper the names of the stolen. My breath caught in the throat of history, and the sky above me was heavy with silence. They said the plantations were gone. I said no, they just changed uniforms. And then one burned down in 2025. Proof that ghosts don't die. They just wait for the right wind. 300 years of death, of tongues cut from truth, of treaties signed in blood and broken in ink. And still we ask, how do you price pain? How do you invoice genocide? But this isn't just about what was done, it's about what was passed down. Not just our grief, but their greed. Not just our trauma, but their denial. The soil remembers, the rivers remember, and I remember because my ancestors won't let me forget. The stars are watching, and they see the spider, not the kind that spins silk, but the kind that spins rage. It hides in the corners of memory, feeds on injustice, and waits for the moment when breath becomes fire. This anger, it doesn't shout, it coils, it suffocates, it whispers lies like truth until even the wise forget how to breathe. It's the anger of knowing your ancestors were hunted like deer, but their hunters were praised like pioneers. It's the anger of seeing the same systems dressed in new suits, the same chains forged into laws, the same silence sold as peace. And if you're not disciplined, if you don't know how to hold it without letting it hold you, it will consume you. But I've learned to speak to the spider, to name it, to tame it, to turn its venom into verse. Because the stars are watching, and they don't fear our anger, they fear our silence. The stars are watching, and they see us still standing, not because the storm passed, but because we learned to dance in it. Not because the chains broke, but because we turned them into drums. Resilience isn't a slogan. It's the grandmother who still speaks her language, even when the textbooks erased it. It's the child who learns to braid stories into song because history forgot to teach them truth. It's the powwow in the shadow of a pipeline. It's the protest in the heart of a city built on stolen land. It's the ceremony held in silence because even silence can be sacred. We are not just survivors. We are architects of memory. We are engineers of spirit. We are the ones who plant seeds in scorched earth and dare to believe they'll bloom. Because the stars are watching, and they know resilience is not just endurance. It's rebellion. It's rebirth. It's the refusal to vanish. The stars are watching, and they wonder, what would this world become if truth were taught like math? If history were honored like hymns? If reparations were not just payments but pathways? I see a world where land is returned, not just in title, but in spirit. Where indigenous wisdom leads to climate councils, and treaties are not relics, but living documents. I see classrooms where children learn not just dates and names, but the weight of silence and the cost of forgetting. I see museums that don't just display artifacts, but invite ancestors to speak. I see healing circles in every city where grief is not pathologized, but ritualized. And I see a generation, ours, who refuses to inherit denial, because the stars are watching and they know we are not doomed to repeat. We are destined to remember, to repair, to rise. The stars are watching, and so are the bones beneath us. They listen for footsteps that honor, not trample. They wait for voices that remember, not rewrite. So I speak now, not in anger, but in truth, not in fear, but in fire. To the ancestors, we carry your names like shields. We walk your paths with open eyes. We are the echo of your resistance, the breath of your unfinished prayers. To the unborn, we are building a world where your skin won't be a sentence, where your language won't be erased, where your spirit will be sacred. To the stars, we are not just survivors. We are storytellers. We are healers. We are architects of justice. And though the plantation still stands, so do we, rooted in memory, rising in vision, refusing to vanish, because the stars are watching. And now, so is the world.